Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. My name is B, and I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive. And I use those crazy backgrounds in order to kind of inform my opinion and perspective on these issues. And then I also delve into it using the cards to give advice to the people who are involved. And I always make these videos with the intention of being helpful and not hurtful. So let's get into this about Trisha Paytas and Jon Hill. So I'm sure you already heard about this. I'm sure you've already seen the pictures and the videos. The long story short version of it is that seemingly out of nowhere, on Instagram, we have Trisha Paytas posting a picture of her and Jon Hill, which is, as everyone knows, Jaclyn Hill's ex-husband. And she posts a picture of the two of them embracing really strongly, and it's like, I can't wait to get pregnant tonight, I effing love you, and all this kind of mess under the picture. And then similarly, Jon posts something on his Instagram, and under it he writes wifey with a ring emoji on it. So clearly this shocked a lot of people in the community, and they were confused, and then the confusion grew into people getting disturbed when there was a video posted basically of them making out. Like, I mean, it's not like somebody else was showing, like, ooh, look in the corner back there, they're making out. No, it's like literally, oh, let me put the phone up here so make sure you can see exactly how we're like, blah, 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 like, make sure you get a good look of it, so it was very intentional, very deliberate, and knowing Trisha Paytas, it's to get attention and to get views, and knowing Jon Hill, and I say knowing, I don't know either of these people. Most of y'all don't either. So I'm saying, going off of their previous behavior, that's what I should say. Going off of their previous behavior, Trisha's probably trolling, trying to get attention, trying to get views, things like that. And Jon, going off of previous behavior, is trying to I guess, maintain relevancy. He was really relevant when he was married to Jaclyn Hill, and he struggles to maintain the level of can I speak? Relevancy, hello, that he used to have back when they were married. And I believe that he has some music releasing and things like that this would be great publicity for. So long story short, that's what went on. There's not a whole lot of opinions out there about it. Most people are like, ew, that's gross, that's disturbing, that's trashy, or things like that. I'm not hating on either of these two individuals. Obviously, the techniques that they use to be relevant and have attention and be center stage and make money far exceed any of the techniques that I may have or may use. So I'm not hating on their hustle. I'm just stating that a lot of people feel like this was unexpected, disturbing, kind of gross, kind of trashy, things like that. So what I want to do, since I don't have a whole lot more to add to it than that, it is literally that cut and dry. I figure now we can go into the helpful part, hopefully helpful part, of just looking through the cards and giving some guidance to the people involved. So in this case, guidance for Trisha Paytas and guidance for Jon Hill, and seeing where that takes us. So let's take a look at it, huh? Let's take a look at it. Let's do Trisha Paytas first. So what's some guidance for Trisha Paytas as it relates to this situation, to this crazy mini drama? that is getting outshadowed by bigger drama like Nikocado Avocado and Stephanie Sue, which I also did a video on, if you want to take a look at that on my channel. But Trisha Paytas, advice for you around this issue. All right. Funny. Okay, so, alrighty. So basically, what this is saying so far is this is just Trisha Paytas being Trisha Paytas. Like, this is showing that she's, you know, she's kind of got that, I'm on top of my game, I can do no wrong, everything I do, I win, I get what I want, you know, all of that. What we're seeing here right next to it is kind of, especially with both of these cards, it's kind of like, you know, things are moving slow for her right now. Her dramas were dying down. She needed more stuff to kind of bump her up. So she's working on this next thing. This was something, this card shows this was planned. This was something that they talked about and they worked on together. They decided this. This is kind of like, you know, we're celebrating, but also three's a crowd, man. You know, we've got this crazy triangulation and weirdness going on of all these people that, you know, don't have to be together. It's like, yes, this involves just two people, Trisha Paytas and Jon Hill, but we all know that when we talk about Jon Hill, people start talking about Jaclyn Hill and what is Jaclyn going to think about this? What's her response going to be? And so it's kind of like, okay, this is three's a crowd now. Like, this is getting silly. We're using these two things to make drama, to make another person make a statement on it, which then brings more visibility to this drama and more views and blah, 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 blah. And kind of doing all of this to start something new. And this card, the Empress in Reverse, is kind of just showing that nobody's really buying this. Nobody really thinks that this is a real relationship, that this is anything serious, that it's going anywhere. She's not really fooling anyone with this. Let's see what other kind of advice we can give her around this. Okay, so the advice to give her around this is this kind of stunt is not what's going to make your wishes come true. This is the wish card, but it's in reverse. So it's like, this is not what's going to make your wishes come true. And in fact, what I see here actually right next to it is Trisha's actually going through, you know, some struggles, some emotional struggles. There's things that she thinks about that, you know, metaphorically keep her up at night. I don't know that she's actually staying, you know, up at night because of thoughts, but like there's things that run through her mind a lot, things that bother her, things that she's insecure about. I see a lot of insecurity here, and this isn't the way to make your wishes come true, Trisha. But what I see, Trisha is one of those people that just, you know, she gets into a drama, but then she moves from those waters to smoother waters, and boom, she's back in the spot of figuring out what other resources does she have to be able to use to make something of herself. What other kind of things does she have accessible that she can use to bring herself back into the light, back into relevancy, keep maintaining views. So for everybody that's like, this is gonna, you know, the next stunt she pulls is gonna be the stunt too far. The next stunt she's gonna pull is the one that's gonna ruin her business. Now it's the next stunt. Not really. She's good at this. She's a pro. She knows exactly what she's doing. And this is gonna keep working for her. It just is. So, that's mostly what I'm seeing for Trisha. I'm curious about Jon, though, because Trisha is someone that we kind of know more about her patterns already. Jon, not so much. So let's see about some advice to give to Jon Hill. What's some advice we can, you know, that we can share to Jon Hill about this situation? Okay, this card obviously wants to be seen. It's falling all over the place, jumping out. Lord, help me. Okay, so we got one. Let's get some more going while my camera tries to focus. Get it together, camera. Get it together. So, what else in terms of advice does John Hill need right now for this situation? Dang, okay. Wow, we get the Queen of Wands again, but this time it's in reverse for him. Oh, man, this is interesting. This is interesting, John Hill. Okay. Let's get another one to start us off. Okay, so what I'm seeing from him is, really, to be honest, his divorce with Jaclyn Hill was a big crushing blow to his, I guess, I don't know, his public name, his career, his what he's trying to go off of. Like, it really was a big blow. And that's interesting because in some ways, you know, obviously he's his own person, he's his own talents, he's got his own skills and abilities, and he may even, you know, made a lot of viewership, made a lot of money, things like that from the high publicity. But overall, with everything considered, it was a big blow, and he's still emotionally kind of scarred from the whole ordeal. In some way or another, he still has some emotional things going on as it relates to the breaking and dissolution of that union. And this is saying that though he permanently walked away, you know, though the divorce was finalized and he permanently walked away, that chapter isn't closed for him completely. So he's still got open wounds from that. He's still got things that he's thinking about or processing, or on the contrary, he may not be thinking about it or processing at all. He may have stuffed it down some kind of way and isn't really processing it and has convinced himself that he is moved on. So either he's honest with himself and he knows that there's still a lot of hurts that he's kind of going through, and he's trying to kind of really feel like he's over it when he's not, or he is not even aware that he's not over it yet. And not that I think people should be over it. You know, when you're in a marriage for like, what, 10 years was it? And that dissolves, yeah, and it dissolves in a huge public way. Yeah, that's going to take a toll, and that's going to take some time. Like, you know, give people some time. That's hard. That's really hard. So with this one, with the rest of these, it's kind of like saying this act with Trisha, because again, this was Trisha in the last reading for Trisha, so this is going to be Trisha again here. It's like, that wasn't the way, that ain't it, bro, kind of a thing. That's not the way. What you need to do is be the emperor here. You need to take charge, you know, be your own man. Lean on yourself. Don't be leaning on other people to gain relevancy. You know, don't lean on your ex-wife for relevancy. Don't lean on Trisha Paytas for relevancy. You know, make something of yourself. You can be the emperor. You can be the king of your own life. Like, you don't need to be leaning on people or, you know, pulling off relevancy from other people. You've got this. If you're going to go that route, this is going to be a burden not worth bearing. You're going to be carrying this heavy load of just jumping from one host to another host to another host in this parasitic relationship that doesn't work out for you. So that's not the way to go. Let's see what other things we can get for advice for him. Damn, see, we're getting, I said a word. I'm trying to not say stuff like that on YouTube, because YouTube is not as kind as Twitch is about language like that. So we got this card again, the Eight of Pentacles. So again, remember, we got that in her reading and Trisha Paytas' reading, saying that this was a planned event. So again, you know, continuity. Y'all saw me shuffle, but it came out again to say, see, planned event. This was planned. This is the moon in reverse, is secrets exposed. So, you know, planned event, secrets exposed. Either somebody has already said they planned this was planned. Either somebody's already said that or somebody's gonna say that. Nope, this isn't fooling anybody. People are gonna know this is exposed. You know, this was fake. This was fake. And this isn't worth this isn't worth having, isn't worth pursuing. So this is a collaboration that didn't work out the way that people wanted it to work out. They planned this, it got exposed, people knew, you know, and it didn't work out quite the way they wanted. It did in that it brought a lot of attention, but it didn't in that the means to an end that they were wanting to get to, this didn't feel as fulfilling or as satisfactory as what he wanted. Maybe with Trisha, maybe she's like, I don't care about all the hate. It does what I want and what I need. Great, done. But with him, I don't think he really gains a whole lot from what they chose to do. Trisha may have gained a lot more out of this than he did. So this was a collaboration that didn't really work out to give him what he wanted. And so, yeah, this is the star card and the death card. So it's saying, Jon, start something new and cut this crap out. Let this kind of thing die. Cut this crap out. Start something new. You know, start something new. Put your head on your shoulders. Be above grade. Channel the Emperor. Do that. Be that. Channel that. Get with this energy and cut this crap. So, honestly, the death card, Fiend. End. That's a perfect way to end this in this advice to him. So honestly, you know, the cards didn't say anything that I don't think we already knew. We already knew this stuff. We already feel this stuff. The cards are just reiterating all of this. You know, they're just telling us the things that we already think are probably true. And this wasn't a stunt worth pulling. And I hope that this is advice that could be useful and helpful for these individuals involved, because really this was this was an unnecessary drama. This was a very strange video to make, and being that I'm finishing it under 20 minutes for me is record time. So hope y'all have a good day. And I hope you have a great New Year's Eve and New Year's tomorrow. And I will see you on the next one. All right, y'all. Bye, guys.